Now, we've seen it all over the news. Passengers stranded in airports all around the world, struggling to rebook flights, hotels, you name it. So what do you do if this happens to you? Travel expert Lorraine Simpson is here to teach us how to navigate some travel chaos. It's a bit chaotic, and the forecast is it's going to continue to be a bit chaotic. So we need some tips to get through it. We need to pack our patience as well. Let's talk about what can go wrong and what we can do about it.
Oh my goodness, there's strikes.
Yes.
There's storms, all the S's. You know, there have even been complete computer outages. If there's snow on the runway, that plane is not taking off, Tracy. So if you're stuck and you know there's snow coming, you've booked it to travel in the middle of winter, these things can happen. It's nobody's fault, but it's not taking off for your safety. And so we've really got to be proactive.
Right.
Don't sit at home and wait. If you know there's a storm coming, call them in advance. Call them the day before and say, hey, can you change my flight? Can I go the following day? Can I go today? You know, just be proactive. Don't sit on an airport floor waiting for somebody to come and say, excuse me, do you have a flight booked? You and hundreds of thousands of other people.
Yeah.
You especially, we're going to put you on a plane. No, they're not going to. So be proactive. Think about it in advance. But
so you see the bad weather's coming. You're the one that call the airline and say, let me preemptively save my patience. And maybe we can go out on a different day. Now, let's say you're at the airport. Things have already gone awry. Your flight has been canceled. If it's canceled or rescheduled, are you entitled to anything?
Yes, you are. You're absolutely entitled to a new flight, to a replacement flight. You may also be entitled to some cash compensation as well. So you've got to think about that. But also, you know, there's a lineup of 500 people all waiting. And honestly, those people that are at the desk are pretty upset as well because everybody's upset with them. So don't waste your time. Rebook, call your travel agent. You know, I always say, find a great travel agent, buy them lunch, and make sure you keep and look after them because they're busier than ever. But get that booking already. You know, if you were on the phone and you found yourself, oh, there's another flight over here, a Sunwing one or a Transat one over here, I'm going to see what they've got. We're still here. We've got our suitcases ready. Let's still go on vacation, kids. We'll figure it out later.
So speaking of the figuring it out later, I think a lot of us moved to let's do online everything because it just looks so easy and efficient. And now we're in this situation where it's not easy and efficient. It looks that way at the front end, and the back end is hours and hours of frustration. And just, you know, the expectations need to also be lowered. But our expectation is this is going to be a great vacation, and that's not what happens. So I like to go back around to what you can do in terms of speaking to a human. And I think that's why travel agents never really should have gone anywhere. You still need to speak to a human that can figure out, is there space at this hotel? Because that was one of the complaints. People being told you can go to this hotel, showing up at the hotel, there's no rooms for the person. I have to talk about luggage. I have to talk about suitcases. I have to talk about lost luggage. So there is footage of abandoned suitcases all around Pearson International Airport here in Toronto. What do we do if we have lost some luggage or if we have delayed luggage? Is there anything we can do and be proactive?
Yes. Well, of course, travel light if you can. Use a carry-on. This is my carry-on right here. You know, it's bright and beautiful. Bright and bright. And I've also got the full set. So this, I've also got a France one if I ever go to France. But this is, you know, you're going to see it coming a mile off. But let's say you have a boring black suitcase. Now, I don't do boring black. My other suitcases are red. But this you could do to a black suitcase. What do you think of my artwork here? You know,
it's pretty fancy, Lorraine. It's pretty fancy.
A little over the top. However, you know, just remember, if your luggage is in a room where it's all with lots and lots of luggage that has been abandoned, well, all you're going to see is the top piece, right? So this, you're going to see a mile off. You're going to know that this is it. Now, inside is going to be an Apple AirTag. These are diamonds. You know, you really want to make sure you've got an Apple AirTag in each piece of your luggage. Of course, I've said this before, cross-pack, but this is really important. And, you know, again, you go back to the same thing with a travel agent, Tracy. You know, get them to work. put them to work, give them a call and say, hey, I've lost my luggage. Hey, they've lost my luggage. And if you do lose your luggage and you know that it's not going to get to you for another day, go shopping. I go lifting my eyes to the sky and I say, thank you very much for losing my luggage. I appreciate that. Thank you, universe, because now I'm going shopping. But don't buy dollar store things.
Yeah.
If you use luxury brand toiletries, go and buy the luxury brand toiletries.
Who's paying for the luxury brand toiletries?
Well,
I had my good skincare products in the luggage that's lost.
They're going to
does that money come back to you?
Yes, it does. You're entitled to up to $2,400. You do have to pay. You do have to claim, though. Make sure you keep your receipts, and you must claim within 30 days.
Right.
And it's up to you to know your rights and make sure that you know you are entitled to claim. Otherwise, they'll just give you a voucher, say, sorry, 15% off your next flight. That's nothing. That means nothing. Make sure you claim, know your rights for the airline that you're traveling with, and then go shopping. Make sure you get the stuff before your luggage arrives at your hotel room.
Got it.
And enjoy.
I want to say one more thing about the air tags. You may not ever be able to go in and pick your luggage out of the room, but you will have the peace of mind of knowing, those really nice Italian sandals you had in your suitcase, they're in this city. They're in your city, or they're in this room, and so at least you know that they are close by and potentially accessible at some point. I want to talk about what if the company that you booked with goes out of business before you actually travel, because that might be a reality these days.
It did happen recently. So Crystal Cruises went bankrupt recently.
Right.
Now, you must book with a TICO licensed travel agency.
What does TICO stand for
TICO,
again?
Travel Industry Council of Ontario. I've been a member since 2005.
Yeah.
In BC, it's a different government body, but it's all covered by the government and backed by the fact that we pay into a fund to ensure that you are protected should this happen. You will get a full refund. It will take a while, but you will get a full refund, and that is very important. If they go bankrupt, they're probably not going to get to you as a creditor until the bottom of the list.
Right.
Their bills are going to be first and foremost. So you need to have a way of getting your money back.
Lorraine, good info as always. We will keep traveling, and use your travel agent. She's gotten me out of